Aloha everyone, and welcome back to Aloha Jen's Beauty Blog. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Jen and I am a licensed esthetician in the state of California. Well, welcome to my new evening skincare routine featuring the Viktoria De Ann Peptides. So we're going to go into my evening skincare routine. Hopefully this won't be too long of a video. But I have to tell you guys, I think you guys have overwhelmed Joella. I know some of you haven't heard back from Joella in like 5 days. What you guys have to understand with Joella is that she does still see clients and she is basically a one-woman show. So not only does she have her own retail website, but she also sees clients. So she may be a little overwhelmed with all the requests since my videos went out for the Viktoria De Ann Peptides. I've had a few of you reach out to me who have been using them and saying that you went to order them and she's like limited stock or out of stock on some of them. So I guess everybody likes the way my skin's been looking. All right, so just be patient with her. She'll get to you shortly. She'll take really good care of you. If you'd like to see her skincare routine utilizing the Viktoria De Ann Peptide, she does have that listed on her website. You know, she's been using Viktoria De Ann for over 10 years. She looks amazing for her age, and you know, she is the best person to go to if you're confused on which ones to add into your skincare routine. The most important thing that I can tell you is how you apply these peptides really does matter. Now, I did order her Capture Youth Water to test out. That sounds amazing, and you can use that after you cleanse your skin before your Viktoria De Ann peptide application. So, and it sounds like it would be amazing for microcurrent. So I did order that. What else did I want to tell you guys? I picked up a new powder today. I haven't tried it yet. I'm thinking it may be too dark. I picked up this what is this there? Air Set Radiant Loose Setting Powder in translucent medium. I need a new powder. I typically wear Charlotte Tilbury's airbrush powder, and I'll show you something. Okay, so when I first tried the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush setting powder, I loved it. Don't judge me, but my pan looks gross. So this is refillable. I had a backup one for my purse, which I barely even used, and I started using this one, and this is over a year old. It smells good, but I have to tell you, let's see, what's the shelf life on this, or after you open it? It says 30 months, I think. I can't see it. I think it says 30 months, but I think this may be like too old and it's drying out my skin. I'm not liking it as much as I liked this one. So I picked up this powder to test it. I've been eyeing this. I'm just not so sure if this color is going to work out for me, but I will try it tomorrow and I'll report back to you guys and let you know. I think that's it. I have some issues I want to talk to you guys about. As you can see, like my roots have grown out quite a bit for my highlights. Now, about, what was it, three weeks ago, I was exposed to those toxic paint fumes at work from them doing the remodel. And I noticed after that, just my hair just started falling out. Like it was coming out in gobs. Something with those paint fumes really affected my body. Like not only did I not feel good, but my hair started falling out. So I was supposed to get my hair done and I desperately need it. And I held it off because I started losing some hair. Now here on my sides, this is gray, as you can see, and I do the blonde highlights to minimize the gray. I'm kind of thinking, I wonder if I should just go all gray and not do blonde. So what we're going to do is when I go in, we're going to do a testing of just highlighting here around my hairline. but I'm kind of thinking about going gray. What do you guys think? I don't know, but I am going to cut my hair because it's got so thin. I think I'm going to take off like maybe like 3 inches or maybe this much. So my hair will come like right to here, because when it is very long right now and it's very frustrating for me to do, except for when I wear it curly, but when I wear it smooth it out, it's just so frustrating sometimes. And I need to cut off all these dead ends that are like basically done from, you know, this is old bleach in here and I want to take it out. So what do you guys think? Do you think I should continue on with highlighting my hair? Maybe just do a couple here around my face and see how that goes? I think I might try that and then decide if I want to start back up highlighting in here, because I am getting a lot of gray now. I can't believe it. But I mean, you can't really tell because it blends into my hair color so nicely. So that's my thoughts. I wanted to ask if any of you have taken the supplement Nutrafol, because I'm thinking about taking that. I am currently using the Virtue Flourish line, their booster, shampoo and conditioner, and their hair mask. So that's like my daily. But it didn't keep my hair from falling out from being exposed from those toxic paint fumes. And I noticed too, when I went in with my Jane Man Omna to do my scalp, a bunch of hair came out. And then when I did my scalp scrub, a bunch of hair came out. So it was really freaking me out. Now, it wasn't seasonal because I already went through that seasonal change. This was something that was toxic in my body. So if any of you have taken the Nutrafol, I'm going to probably pick up the balance, but I want to get your feedback on that to see if you've seen results, if it's truly, truly worth it. Because you know, these supplements are getting out of control with their pricing, just like skincare is. I ordered some Symbiotica supplements to test out yesterday because they're on Amazon Prime. I picked up their glutathione and their liposomal vitamin C. I currently take the Liposphere liposomal vitamin C, and I like it. I don't like the taste of it, but I like it. But they just recently raised the price of it. So it was cheaper for me to pick up the Symbiotica liposomal vitamin C from the Amazon Prime sale than it was for me for the Liposphere one. So thoughts on all those supplements. So Nutrafol balance supplement for women, Symbiotica supplements, what are your favorites and what are worth the money? So I did the glutathione and I did the liposomal vitamin C. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cleanse my skin. Now, I am feeling a little bit drier than normal today because I didn't have time to do my Lemieux oxygen infuser, and I really missed that during the day. It was cold this morning, so I had my personal heater by me at work, and it just like sucked everything out of my skin. So it doesn't look it, but I feel a little tight down here in the lower half of my face. So I'm gonna go in with the Michele Corley Calming Cleansing Oil. And then for my second cleanse, I will go in with the Viktoria De Ann Balancing Cleanser, and then I will come back and we'll apply my Peptis and the rest of my evening skincare, and then we'll be set. So I will see you in a few. Mwah. Alrighty, I'm back and I have freshly cleansed skin. So I just now got done with cleansing my skin. I really do like that Viktoria De Ann Balancing Cleansing Gel Cleanser. It really makes your skin feel nice and soft. I think it's going to be so awesome for my skin in wintertime. So it does not foam. It's just a gel cleanser, and you put it into your skin, work it in, and then you add water to emulsify it, and then work it in, and then you wipe it off. But it really makes your skin feel so good. All right, so let's go into our Peptis now. So I'm going to go in with Pepti Lift. Now, no toner. You cannot put these in your oxygen infuser, okay? So do not put the peptides in any kind of diffuser whatsoever to diffuse them. They must be applied on the skin with your fingertips, okay? So I had to charge up my Apple Watch because I use it to sleep and it's on like 48%. So if I sleep with it tonight, I won't have enough battery probably in the morning. Well, I probably will, but not enough to last me all day. So I'm going to take 2 drops, keeping them at my fingertips here. Remember, keep them at your fingertips and then apply them in sections. So Pepti Lift, you will always use more because it's the first serum going on to your freshly cleansed skin. So I'm going to take 2 more drops. Well, actually that was 3. And I'm going to continue on with this area. Make sure I get it in front of my ears. And this one, it's time with that cleansing gel. It seems to be traveling a little bit further down this time. So that means my skin is not as dehydrated as what it was the last time I showed you the application. All right, so I'm going to take 2 more drops and put this on my chest. Work it in all over that chest and then work in upward motions. Make sure you get right here behind your ear up until you feel the peptides absorb into the skin. All right, then you close your bottle, set it aside. The next one we're going to go into is Pepti Tone. Now, I have, I think what it is now, 4 videos up with the Viktoria De Ann Peptides. All my videos that have gone up within the last week have been surrounded with information about Viktoria De Ann. I've demoed them multiple times. So if you want to find out information, go to my video I put up last week where it was chatty skincare routine, okay? I start there. Now, what was I going to tell you guys? I can't remember. All right, so it's going to be time to go into our next peptide. So I did shave my face last night and I used Pepti Repair last night. And yeah, that is a game changer for an aggressive treatment. Microneedling, your microdermabrasion, your dermadest treatment. So I'm going to take 2 drops of Pepti Tone and put it here on my forehead, work it in. So I reached out to Viktoria De Ann on Instagram. I commented on one of their posts. They did a post with Pepti Repair, and I asked them if it was oncology safe, and they basically said that these peptides are formulated to work with your body, but you know, they're safe from your hormones, and they did slightly say that they are oncology safe, but they also, you know, recommend checking with your oncologist too. So I did 3 drops and that traveled pretty far, almost all the way down to my neck, which I'm loving that because I'm not using as much tonight, which is fabulous. So 2 more drops, working it into my chest. And I have a little timer here on my camera so I can see the time of this video. I'm just going to take a little bit more. I felt like I didn't get this area good enough, and this is my problem area for wrinkles. Put it around the crow's feet. So I'm waiting 1 minute in between my applications because I did exfoliate my skin last night, as shaving for me on a dry face counts as an aggressive exfoliation. But as you can see, my skin just looks so good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, from this point forward, is I'm not going to do any more skincare videos surrounded around the Viktoria De Ann peptides. Like I said, I don't want to burn you guys out around this. I think I've pretty much showed you how to apply them, the ones that I'm using. I'll check in with you from time to time You'll see how my skin is changing as we go on, but for right now, what I'm sticking with for my skin is Lift and Tone, Procol, Hyaluronic, and Elastin, and then probably maybe in another month, I'll maybe start adding in Pepti Pad if I feel like I need it. Now, Pepti Repair, I'm not so sure if I'm going to use that every day because I don't feel like I need it if I'm using Procol, Elastin, and Hyaluronic. I don't want there to be too much overlapping there, and my barrier isn't compromised. I like to use that, you know, for when I do a treatment or if I've been out in the sun too much. So that's what I'm going to use that. So I don't want to be like piling all these different peptides on my skin. I mean, you can, but it becomes time consuming. So the next one I'm going to go in with is Pepti Hyaluronic. And Pepti Hyaluronic I put all over, even underneath my eyes. So we're going to start with 2 drops. Work this in around the eyes, on your nose, and see I'm able to get this travel all the way down to the tops of my cheeks. And then I'm going to take 2 drops. Oops, that was more. Shoot, I got a little too happy with that dropper. So that was a little bit more than what I wanted, but I'm able to keep it at my fingertips. I think that was like 4 drops. I wanted to do 2 and 2 because it's easier to keep at your finger pads, because remember what I said, when you don't keep them at your fingertips and they start traveling down your fingers, that skin on your fingers and your palm starts absorbing the peptides, and we want to keep them on the fingertips as much as we possibly can, because then that means we get to use less, and they're not a cheap product. All right, so there's Pepti Hyaluronic. I still have some here left over. Oh, this one I put on my lips too to plump them. So remember, this one is going to restore that natural moisturizing factor in the skin, the mattress of the skin, which is your hyaluronic acid. All right, close it up and put it off to the side. And this one, out of all the ones that I have, this is the one that has that slight scent of vinegar to it. It doesn't linger, and it is very, very light. You could barely smell it, but I can smell it. And it is very, very light. It is not offensive in any way whatsoever. After I put these on, I just really feel like my skin looks so nice and plump and juicy. Look at that recoil I'm getting back in my skin. It isn't looking as saggy as what it was looking like before. The next one we're going to go into is Pepti Procol. So this is going to make our collagen stronger, help with that skin density, also helps with sagging, and also sun damage. And I know like a lot of people think that sun damage is just, you know, discolored skin, but it's also sagging skin, wrinkles. So I'm taking 2 more drops and I'm applying this to the lower half of my face. And this one I'm able to travel it down to my neck. I'm just gonna work it up, but it's still damp on the skin. Okay, and then I'm going to take 2 drops and use it all over my chest area. Make sure we don't forget our collarbones too. We just don't want to focus on the neck and the chest. You have to make sure you get this area too. All right, so tomorrow's Friday. Who's excited for Friday? I'm getting this video up a little bit later than I wanted to. I wanted to do it on Tuesday night, but I went out with a friend. So, and I got home kind of a little bit late and I was just like done. And I had to work the next day. So I wasn't in the mood to sit down and film a video. So I do apologize for that, but I kept you guys busy for at least a few days. All right, so I'm setting that aside. And our last one we're gonna apply is Pepti Elasin. So when I first started out, I started out with Lift, Tone, Elasin, the eye serum. Then about, I think it was like 2 weeks into that, I started adding the mild Rejuvenator. And then for 4 weeks, that's what I used. And then at 5 weeks, I added in Procol. And I started to add in fat pad. But with fat pad, I think I could use it like right in here, but I've done such a great job with Adipeau. I don't feel like I need it at this time, but I still will test it. Maybe I'll switch it out maybe I can switch it out. Once my natural moisturizing factor feels better in my skin, maybe I can switch out hyaluronic and just use that during the day and use Pepti pad at night. But your core peptides, you want to use them twice a day. You use them twice a day to see your best results. Your Rejuvenator, you use once a day. You can use it in the evening. You can use it during the day too. Like if you're going to be, in a lot of sunlight, you can use your Rejuvenator like during the day. It'll help add some additional antioxidant protection from the sun. All right, so let's go in with Elasin. So Elasin, I still have quite a bit left because I spot treat with this. I've already been through 1 lift and 1 tone. So I'm gonna start out with 2 drops, and I start this out and I put it right here, and I do take this underneath my eyes and then on my cheek area. And I'm gonna take another 3 drops of Elasin, put it on the rest of this lower half of my face, and then down my neck as far as it will go. And then I'm going to work it in. Now, I'm telling you the drops that I'm using just to give you an idea, but everybody's skin is going to be different because our impedance is different. Like if you have oilier skin, you may need less drops. If your skin is drier, you may need more drops than what I'm using. Everyone's skin impedance is differently. Just don't apply 5 or 10 drops at one time because like I said, you have to keep them at your tips. Now, if that's an issue for you, then put on some gloves and apply your peptides. So to get your best results and your best application, keep it on the tips or wear gloves. All right, so that's my last peptide. So what we're gonna go in with next is going to be the eye serum. Now, I'm not going to penetrate these into the skin tonight. I'm gonna tell you guys a little secret. I actually haven't been using my devices that much. I've been really focusing on the peptides. The last time I used my Pico toner was on Sunday for that facial. I have used my Medicube Glow Booster H for, the last time I used that was Monday. And like, I haven't been relying on my devices, just so you guys know. I don't typically rely on my devices, but I haven't really had much time to do my devices. Like the last time I did like a lifting session with microcurrent was it'll be 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks tomorrow, because I did the zip for an event. And that was the last time I did like a full on like lifting session. So I have been taking a break, but I plan to get back into it this weekend, see what more happens with our skin with the microcurrent and the LED light therapy to supercharge these peptides in your skin. And yeah, so I just wanted to point that out. So now it's time for the eye serum. So I'm just going to take this out. So I love this eye serum. It is amazing. And like I said, and I keep saying, at first I did not think it was enough for around my eyes, but now it completely is. After like a week and a half, that feeling went away. And like I said, this eye serum has eliminated an eye cream for me. So this is the only eye product that I'm using around my eyes. It lifts It firms. It really helps with the fine lines and wrinkles around the eyes. It helps with dark circles and puffiness. So, and with this, there is a slight fragrance of white tea, and that's because it has white tea extract in it. It's nothing added. Okay, so I have graduated to the medium Rejuvenator, and sometimes I'll get like a very slight tingle with this, but most of the time I don't have any sort of tingling with it. Now, I'm curious to see what happens when I switch to the Rejuvenator or to the Ultra. So when I'm finished with this, I'm going to test the Ultra. I think I can definitely get away with that because my skin is in really good shape. I'm diligent with my skincare. And this, I'm not having any peeling. I'm not getting, a lot of tingling with this. Now, with the mild, I rarely felt anything with that. And I feel like it was just maybe a little bit too light for my skin. So if you're diligent about your skincare, if you're not having a rosacea flare-up, if you don't have acne, you can start out with the medium. And remember, this is a retinol alternative. So you use this in place of your retinol or your retinoid. Do not use this on the same night. Now, if you are using a retinoid and you don't want to give it up and you do take nights off your retinoid, you could use this in the place of it. But I've given up all my retinoids so I can test this, and I have to tell you, I definitely like my skin a lot better than when I was using my retinoids. So before, I was using Osmosis Renew, and I used Osmosis Renew for like, what was it? Almost a year. I started out from Calm, worked my way up to Correct, and then I did Renew, and I kept on with Renew, and I switched that out in May, and I went in with Emapel. So, and I'm not using Emapel. When I started the Viktoria De Ann Peptides, I used Emapel for like that 2 weeks, and then I gave it up, and then I went into the Rejuvenator, and I started off with a mild just in case, because that Emapel night cream, since it has the two forms of retinol, sometimes I experience some sensitivity and dryness in my skin. But there we go. So that is the Rejuvenator. Now next, the final step for tonight is we're going to do the night moisturizer. So I have been testing this out. I'm not sure how I quite feel about it yet. This is what it looks like. Now there's no fragrance to this. I will let you know. I'm not so sure if I like this. Now, I like the collagen gel. I think it's great. And I have to tell you, here where I live, our weather's going through some weird changes. So, was it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? It was like 100 degrees here. Monday, the temperature dropped. So it went from like 100 to 68 degrees. And then it's been on Tuesday, it was like 65. And then Wednesday, yesterday, it was like 70 like 3. Today it's 70. So our weather is going through this change. And it is really dry in the air when I go for my walks outside. Like when I breathe, the humidity is like gone. It almost feels like it's burning inside my nose. That's how dry the air is. So I'm still kind of testing that out, and I'm not sure if it's going to be right for me when we get more into that fall weather and we get out of this weather where it's really cold in the morning and it gets warmer in the afternoon. So there's that moisturizer. Like, it feels good right now, and this will completely absorb into my skin. So I'm just kind of like on the fence about this. Now, what I'm thinking what I could do, because it is a gel, it says it's a light moisturizer, this could be a hydrating serum for me. And I will keep you guys posted on that. I don't want to confuse you, but I do like what it does for my skin. But I feel like when we get into the cooler months, or the cooler weather that I am going to need something else, like something with oil in it to really lock in that moisture. That's what I feel for my skin, and I would probably test that out as a hydrating serum. So I just wanted to keep you guys posted on that. So, all right, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me do my new evening skincare routine. Now I'll be checking in with you guys. I'm gonna do a Pico toner video for product penetration. We'll do a couple of other Pico toner videos. I have the red LED light video coming up, and we'll go from there. All right, I'm sending you all so much love and light. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you at some point over the weekend. All right, see you soon. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.